service in World War II, and then in 1949 it was transformed from a tool of war to a symbol of international peace and gratitude from the people of France. Every state in America received one. Almost all of them live on today as historical monuments, but New Jersey's is one of the few that was not so lucky. But thanks to the hard work, the care, and the generosity of many who are in this room today, many who could not be, and many who are no longer with us, it has made this almost entirely improbable journey back here to the Garden State. And I'm proud to say that its new life starts here with us at the URHS right here in Boonton, New Jersey.
No, it's okay. Okay.
So this has been and will continue to be a huge community effort, and with that in mind, I would like to welcome some distinguished guests who are part of this community here in Boonton and Morris County. First, would you please welcome a longtime Boonton resident, your current sheriff and candidate for Lieutenant Governor, Sheriff James Gannon.
Woo!
Hey, thank you very much, Kevin. Let's give it up for Kevin.
Yeah!
It's certainly my honor to be here. I live in Boonton, I live in South Boonton, walking distance from here, and it's my honor to be here. If ever a time in the world, if ever a time in this country, we need to talk about peace and gratitude, maybe it's right now. You know, it's hard. We don't know where we're going until we know where we came from. You know, many times, and I think that the history here is brilliant, and it won't be forgotten. You know, people that wrote on this car won't be forgotten, and I think that's really important. I want to give a shout out to Boonton, USA. The mayor here, the assemblyman here. No town like it in the world, really. It's a great town. I want to give a shout out to the fact that when we look at the military, there's 7 flag ranks in Boonton. People came from Boonton High, right? 7 flag ranks and 3 medals of honor in this country. Let's give a round of applause for that.
Woo!
I want to sum up by just thanking you for your support of this group here. I've seen it transform over the years, right? You guys are pretty close to a 24/7 operation over here, doing great work and really polishing out the history of the rail business. You know, so it's really cool to see everyone here, see a lot of friends and families, and God bless you all and have a wonderful day. Thanks.
Woo! Woo!
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite another distinguished guest. Not only is he our assemblyman here in Boonton, he's a veteran of the U.S. Army and a county commander of the American Legion, Assemblyman Brian Bergen.
What's up, everybody? So, it's hard to follow the sheriff always. He's such an awesome speaker, such an awesome guy in general. But I'm very happy to be here. I will say right now I'm reading a book called The Battle of Trenton. Never read it. It's not the most interesting read in the whole world, but you got to get through it. But I will tell you, it talks about New Jersey's rail history and how at a point when rail was just getting kicked off here in New Jersey, there was a real concern that the railroads were going to be used to transport people from Philadelphia to New York and bypassing New Jersey. And the New Jersey legislature at the time worked really, really, really hard to make sure that New Jersey wasn't just a transient state, but that New Jersey had an economy not built on supplying people to Philadelphia and New York, but had stops in manufacturing and industry in New Jersey. All of that was predicated on making sure that the rail stopped in New Jersey, and that New Jersey was a destination, not just a transient place for rail. So because of those efforts, you know, and because that's what really built the state of New Jersey, it's so important to preserve that history. Rail history, and these rail cars you see with you today are literally the reason why New Jersey became such a thriving economy, and why there's the bridge that say Trenton makes and the world takes. It's because the railroad system was established the way that it was. So I'm just really happy to be here. I love being here in Boonton. Sorry I look like this. I'm over at Boonton Day if you want to stop by. I'll be sweating my patooties off in a few minutes. But I wanted to stop by and just tell you how much I love this town, how much I love you guys, and thank you so much.
Yeah!
Thank you, sir. So we here at Boonton are proud to be part of a community that has a firm grasp on its history and really makes it a part of its core identity. There are many towns who look at an organization like ours and just see a dirty old train yard. But as you can tell by the crowd here today, that is absolutely not the case, and we're really proud to be a part of this community. So with that in mind, I'd like to invite our mayor, James Lynch, to say a few words.
I'd like to thank you all for coming and welcome to our beautiful town of Boonton. As many of you know, Boonton was like an economic center years ago. We had the ironworks, we had rail lines, and we treasure and try to honor our history. So to have an organization such as the United Railroad organization here, restoring these wonderful vehicles is amazing, and we're so thankful to have that. And I encourage you all to come and visit and enjoy and check out all the fine work they've done. It's amazing. On a personal note, I have a little car that I've been restoring. It's taken me decades, so I have a real appreciation for something that advances needs, the amount of time and money it takes. So anyway, thank you all for coming to Boonton. Excuse me. And I encourage you all to visit Boonton Day on Main Street when you finish up enjoying the wonderful show they have here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. There is a reason that we do this event today. It's because it is part of Boonton Day. So we want to get you up to Boonton, and we want to get the people from Boonton down here. So when you're done here, the shuttle bus that takes you to the parking lot is free. It also takes you up to the street fair in Boonton until 4 o'clock. Finally, our last speaker is a good friend of both me and to the organization. He's been both a volunteer, he has been a donor, and he is the reason that when this project first came across our desk, that I knew it was absolutely a possibility. Joe Colangelo is a veteran of the U.S. Navy. He is founder and owner of a mobility and transportation services app located nearby in Cranford, New Jersey. He was one of the first people I mentioned this project to. He was the first who stepped up to donate. And the moment I knew this project actually had to happen because the company he was donating from is called Boxcar. So please, Joe, say a few words.
Thank you all for being here today. It was a very short speech, but I did not want to miss anything, so I wrote it down. So yes, when he said this sponsorship opportunity was available, it was all my favorite things. It was trains, military, history. My favorite movie is National Treasure, and this was kind of like that. It felt like it was written by AI, but no, Kevin is just that good. He has the power to bring people together, and he's been doing this. Yeah, cheers for Kevin.
Cheers, Kevin.
Kevin, he really does have a 30, 40, 50-year horizon. So if you can find some time to talk with him about what the plans are for this collection in the state of New Jersey, I urge you to do that. So when I served in Afghanistan, it was very easy to get there, right? I flew on a C-130 from North Carolina, I arrived, and I was there. But I want to think about this boxcar, and I want you to think about this boxcar and what that journey was like. So you started in Boonton, Morristown, Topeka, doesn't matter, right? You get to the East Coast, you get on a steamer, 4 or 5 bunks high. You are hoping that U-boats do not notice your convoy. You arrive for the first time, for almost everybody, first time they were ever outside of the United States of America, and they're there to fight. They land in a foreign port, people who don't speak their language, and eventually, once they're processed, they're on this boxcar, right? Kevin will explain why it's called the 40 and 8, but there are 40 people on this boxcar. So anybody here want to get on here with 39 people? Right, it's pretty tight. So you're traveling, stop and go. You're cramped. You don't know these people. Many of them are strangers. You eventually become brothers. You're getting close to the front lines. You can hear the artillery 100 miles away in World War I. So you are hearing it. You can't really see, maybe through some cracks in the wood, but you are hearing this artillery. You know that you are 3,000 miles from your home, and you're waiting for a very uncertain future. So what happened? Well, you fought, and for the 40 people on each of these boxcars, in World War I, 37 came home safe. In World War II, 37 came home safe. In Operations Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom, we had 39 come home safe out of every 40 men and women who raised their right hand and went overseas. But the story doesn't end there, and because I have a microphone, I want to talk about something that I'm passionate about. In the years since we've begun these engagements and ended them, we've lost another 1 out of that 40 to suicide. So there's a lot of veterans around. Thank you all for your service. I just want to remind you, this is a great opportunity to take a picture of where you are today, and text some of those veterans in your life. Say, hey, I saw this, it made me think of you, and I wanted to thank you again for what you did, and I thought you would enjoy this. How are you doing? So it's an ongoing battle for a lot of people who served in the military. It was very easy to get there for us. For a lot of people, it was very challenging to come back home. So thank you all for being here today. You're part of this journey. Thank you again to Kevin and for everybody who cares about this stuff. And all the kids here, it's great. Like this is the next generation of training enthusiasts, transit enthusiasts, and American enthusiasts. So this is a great country. We built this. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. What we're going to do to this boxcar, we're going to do to all these other trains. And I hope we can do it to veterans too, right? Some of these veterans are missing pieces. We can put their pieces back, make them whole. So thank you for being here. God bless America.
Thank you, Joe. It's better than all what I wrote. I'm going to cross some of this out. Thank you. So today we officially kick off the restoration that is more than 60 years in the making. Before we do the honors, I would like to share with you the incredible story of how this boxcar came to America and how it disappeared and its unlikely return right here to this place. So after World War I, France was both victorious and devastated. More than 2 million homes had been damaged or destroyed, food was short, and families were forced to ration well into the 1940s. The United States sent more than $15 billion to help rebuild France and other parts of Europe as part of the Marshall Plan. But to help empower ordinary citizens and not just the government to contribute, a journalist whose name is Drew Pearson helped organize a train called the Friendship Train. It traveled coast to coast, and all told it collected more than 700 boxcars full of food, clothing, and other donations that were sent to France and to Italy. There was one man in France who was a veteran and he was a railroad worker, and he thought that France as a whole should say thank you. His name was Andre Picard. He convinced the government through the National Railroads, his employer, to send a train back to the United States. It was called the Gratitude Train, or as we came to know it here in the United States, the Merci Train. The French National Railroad sent 49 of the same boxcar, the one that you see behind me. This is a 14-8 boxcar. They were used as troop transports during World War I. They were named so because they could hold 40 horses or 8 people. Since we have the benefit of seeing this boxcar in person, can you imagine 40 of you standing in this boxcar? It was not meant to be comfortable. The boxcars themselves became symbols of both the camaraderie of war and the shared trauma. There's a veterans organization in the United States called the 14-8. They are named after this boxcar. And you see their logos and their titles. They are all themed after these boxcars and the people who rode in them. And all their titles are in French. These boxcars, this one in particular, as best we know, was built in 1895. It makes it 130 years old this year. It carried troops during World War I. It was called back into service in World War II when occupying German forces used cars like these to transport prisoners of war. And unfortunately, oftentimes, civilian prisoners to concentration camps. And then as the Allies liberated France, they were again used by the Allied forces to transport soldiers and materials until 1945. But their life was not over. By the end of the war, these boxcars were very easily recognizable to several generations of American veterans. They made a fitting container for the gifts that would be sent to America. All told, the French railroads put together gifts that were donated by 6 million French citizens. They donated what they could. They donated sentimental items. They were dolls, statues, clothes, heirlooms, furniture, trees, wedding dresses, all kinds of things that didn't cost a whole lot of money but had a lot of sentimental value to citizens. All 49 boxcars were loaded onto a ship, and they were unloaded where else but right here in New Jersey. They were unloaded at Pier H in Weehawken by the Erie Railroad. Each was loaded onto a flat car. This particular car behind me was transferred by the Pennsylvania Railroad to Trenton. I should note behind the GG1, which very well could have been one of the two that you see here on display. It was officially handed over to Governor Driscoll on a rainy February day, and a ceremony held at the Trenton War Memorial with a crowd of about 20,000 people. After the ceremony, there was a local trailer company in Trenton that put these tires on it, and for a number of years it was used as a traveling float so that people could see the boxcar all over the state. For decades after that, its fate was uncertain. For us, the trail of custody goes cold in 1958. It was given to a Legion post in Long Island, and then it disappears from record. There was a writer in the 1980s who went looking for it. It came up empty. So for as long as we thought, it was might as well have been destroyed. On a totally separate track, pun intended, there was a World War I boxcar that appeared in a field in Tennessee in 1993. The owner put out the word he wanted to scrap it unless anybody wanted it. So the World War I Museum, which was not far away in Kansas City, stepped up and they had it moved to a warehouse again in 1993. They were quick to save it. They wanted to put it in the world-class museum that's there in Kansas City. Unfortunately, they could not get it in the door, but they kept it safe. They kept it in a warehouse nearby. So there it sat, undisturbed for 30 years, nobody knowing its true identity. Then last year, on a routine inspection, the museum's curatorial staff realized this was not just any World War I boxcar. It had to be one of the 6 missing Merci train cars, but which one? The curator reached out to a local prominent researcher on the subject, and the rest is history. And that very simple discovery led to a chain of events that led it right back here to Boonton. So as historians, our job is not to just tell you the what, it is to tell you the why. Why should you all stand here and care about this little wooden boxcar? This car is unique in that it comes to us imbued with meaning. It is a symbol of the rigors and traumas of war. It's a symbol of the sacred bond between soldiers created by war. And it was many of those same soldiers that took these boxcars and they turned them into symbols of peace. This boxcar represents friendship between two peoples thousands of miles apart. And it represents the importance of generosity and the difference you can make in the lives of people you may never meet. And all of that meaning is wrapped up in this little boxcar. So may we all be so fortunate to experience that kind of generosity in our lives, but may we never again see the horrors that made the generosity necessary. So, thank you. So, railroad history, as I say often, is very much one of the collective effort, and we love to act in that spirit here at URHS, so we have a great many people to thank. I would first like to thank the National World War I Museum and Memorial. They saved this boxcar, they kept it safe for 30 years, and they made the decision to send it home to New Jersey. They owned this boxcar, it was in scope of their collection, they could have kept it, but they made the decision that it was more important that that car find a new home in New Jersey. So particularly I'd like to thank Stacy Peterson and Chris Jerkins, who could not be here today, but they have been great partners throughout this process. Likewise, another gentleman who could not be here today because he also lives across the country, his name is David Knutson. He's a longtime Merci train researcher, he's a veteran himself, and he was the one who actually made the connection between the number on this boxcar and verified that it was our boxcar. Likewise, Nicholas Ciatola, he's the curator at the New Jersey State Museum. The State Museum actually has a lot of the artifacts that came on this boxcar in 1949. And he was the first person who reached out to us. And that gave us the opportunity to make our case that this boxcar would come back to New Jersey, not just to New Jersey, but to the URHS. I would also like to thank Pam Todd. She is one of, there's this great community of people who research the Merci train. They are unorganized, they are not a historical society, but they're just people who care, and there's a network of people who research this stuff and help out each other. And all of the folks that have assembled all of that information have made all of the research that we have done possible. And then lastly, I would like to thank all of our donors. First, Huddleston Machinery Moving. You'll see their logo over there. They were the ones who stored this boxcar for more than 30 years. And they decided to move it back here to New Jersey for us for free. So we are extremely grateful for that. Second, the Questers. They gave us a generous donation of both the wheels that we had to put back on the boxcar and all of the shields, which are all of the adornments that will eventually be put back on this boxcar as part of the restoration. Next, the National Railway Historical Society gave us a generous $5,000 grant, and then of course Boxcar and the Colangelo family for being our first supporters in this project. Likewise, our silver sponsors, Bill and Corey Phillips, Stuart Cohen, the New Jersey 40 and 8, Harold N. Dean, and several generous anonymous donors, one of which donated in honor of World War II veteran Charles E. Valentine. And thank you as well to the dozens of other donors who donated from all over the country and even a few donations from France. Last but not least, I would like to thank France. It is important to remember that France did give us this. Yeah, give it up for France. It is and always will be a gift from the country of France. If anybody from France is listening, I'm sorry we lost it, and we will do better in the future. And the last point that I would like to make, I'd be remiss that if I didn't mention that it's a great privilege for URHS to be the caretaker of this boxcar. I know that everybody has been thanking me since I got up here. Don't thank me, don't thank us yet. We are just the next caretakers in a very long line of people who will be taking care of this boxcar from now until the end of time. So now we look towards the future. Today we officially start the restoration here at Boonton Yard. We have a long road ahead of us, which you can probably tell by looking at it. But we have a great team of folks helping us, many of which are here today. We look forward to seeking out the experts who will help us perform a world-class restoration on this fragile piece of history. This is where you come in. Behind me is about a $150,000 restoration project, and we need your help to make this happen. We would be incredibly grateful if you chose today as the day that you would contribute to this project and make your mark on history. This organization has big plans. This organization intends to grow. We want to build a permanent museum here in New Jersey so that this and other projects can have a permanent indoor home and live forever. It's projects like this that not only are worthwhile on their own, but help us achieve that greater vision. So with that, I thank you so much for listening. We are going to drive the ceremonial first screw. We're not going to screw into the original wood of the boxcar, but we want to start off by reaffixing this plaque. This is a replica of the plaque that was lost that came with this boxcar that is read, "Boxcar used in the First World War, presented by the French National Railroads to the state of New Jersey. In gratitude for the help given to France by the American people." So Joe, if you would help me, we're going to fix this to the boxcar. I would like to thank you all very much in the meantime for being here. This is a huge milestone for us. Please enjoy the rest of your time here at Boonton Yard, and I hope you learned something valuable today. Thank you very much.